This is Becton99, back with another gameplay video. In this match, I was in a random rec, as always. I'm on my shooting center, I'm 6'9". And then this is when my ears perked up. I saw those guys that have the geolocation on. And that made me say, lock in, lock in. Like Bash. I knew, like I was like, okay, because I was kind of tired, and then I was like, okay, no. let me let me lock in. So, basically, I really like I would never use the geolocation thing because there was that incident earlier on in the summer where the 2K guys were arguing online, and then they met up and tried to kill it. One of them killed the other one, and plus, I just don't want people to know where I live anyway. So, I think I turned. I'm pretty sure I turned my geolocation thing off, and I don't really. I mean, I'm pretty like sweaty already, like in terms of like I play the game a lot, but I don't want to advertise like how much I play, like so not in that way. Like your rep can sometimes give people hints about how much you play, but I don't know. I still like um, being incognito. I could be from anywhere, um, so I'm trying to get a feel for what this center is about that I'm guarding. Obviously, whenever I play, I don't have the sound on. I don't communicate with my teammates. Um, I don't help them run a zone. So it's pretty much man every time you come in with me, and I live and I die behind that. So I think I've said this before too, but the center and the point guard are the most important positions in the rec. Um, if you have a terrible center, if you have a center that can't shoot, if you have a center that's not spacing the floor, if you have a center that's getting fucking out rebounded, or he's not guarding the paint and he quits, you're fucked. If your point guard is stupid, trash, doesn't pass the ball, you're fucked. Doesn't matter how good your player is. Um, those are the head of the snake, metaphorically. So if the other team can abuse those or neutralize those and make those people quit, or God forbid they don't quit and they stay in their ass, doesn't matter what you're doing. So the least stressful position, I mean, it's always going to be stressful in the rec, but the least stressful position is playing a shooting center, because at least you know that you have a center that can shoot. You can space the floor, and at that point, you can still lose the game. But for the most part, it just helps the randoms sort of play to their strengths, like it gives them a little bit of incentive to play team ball, or to be engaged. So we're coming in, and really it's a sort of a just really just trying to see what this other team has. What are these three quote unquote geo ranked players, what kind of sauce are they bringing to the table? So I do the little cut. um I'm not sure what my dunk rating is, but it's probably like a 70 or something right now. I think it's gonna max out at like 75. It could be a 69 right now. I'm not sure. But on that play, I was kind of like, no, because I was fighting. I could tell the way the animation was pulling me that they weren't trying to give me the dunk, and so it gave me the little um, scoop shot, and I was like, please go in. So we're up by 6 right now. Just first quarter's almost wrapping up. We're not getting totally washed, so I'm like, thank God. Um, I think my pick dodger is only like a silver because this guy has an 89 perimeter. So I'm not sure what this guy's pick and roll, or I think it's called brick wall. I'm not sure what his brick wall is, and I'm not sure what the other person on the PG what his pick dodger is on, but the screen was seeming kind of strong. And then me and him aren't communicating about who's playing sides or whatever, so we're winging it. Okay. So about a minute ago, we had a 6 point lead, and now the lead is down to 3. So we have to be careful because we haven't pulled away, and they're still within striking distance. So we get a little breathing room right there with that bucket, the steal. That's some 2K cheese working in our favor. Now, if it was happening the other way, I'd be mad at it, but I can't really be mad at it since it worked out for me. We get the board. I probably should have got the ball sooner. I didn't want to go up with it because I don't have a standing dunk, and I didn't want to. Oddly enough, I didn't want to turn the ball over. So I tried to run out of the paint. The game didn't let me. It let him land on my body and knock the ball out of my hand. So it looks like what it is. Um, an error by myself, and maybe just my build isn't built to dominate in the paint, but you get other benefits from it, which is my shooting and my defense and the floor spacing. But had he had thrown me the ball way sooner, I'd have went up with it. So here we are. I'm running the break. I get the ball. I go up for the dunk. I have, like I said, driving dunk, but I don't have standing dunk. So that play from earlier is kind of erased right now, but they get a bucket. I normally make that shot, but I did not. And on top of that, to be honest, when I went into the motion, I wasn't expecting to be on that guy's body or that him to be standing right there. My man gets a 3 off. Sometimes you gotta live with that. And then he gets the 2. So we're going tit for tat. Okay, look at that. Look at God. I make the right play. We get a bucket. Pushing the lead up to 7. The screen is pretty strong. We give up a bucket, but that's fine. Look at that. So you see how the 2K cheese turns around on us? Look at that. Now it's just a 3 point game. Could that be the slingshot effect? All right, that's a good take. So now we're looking like with a minute and a half left in the second quarter. Ooh. They're not showing any signs of giving up or slowing down. That didn't look like a good shot, but it went in. Okay, I get another bucket. He fouls me. I mean, to me, I have the flop emoji on. So, I think that the choking emoji is kind of cliche. But, there's people who like to animate or taunt you, mid game. So it just makes it a little sweeter when you do get the dub. So he misses that one. That was a bucket we could have used, but we're not going to sweat it. So he gets by me a little bit. He gets a standing dunk off. I try to kick the ball up. Look at these guys flopping. If I'm inbounding the ball and I see a seam, I'm gonna throw it. Um, so he's flopping again. The guy that I'm guarding or is trying to guard me. All right, we're able to stop the bleeding with that drive, and we go into halftime. So I have 7 points. My man has 7, but I'm noticing something kind of dark right now. We only have 3 threes. That's one of the reasons why the game is close. Getting to halftime with 3 threes is insane. It's like, do you want to win? The easiest shooting 2K and our shot profile, we only have 3 threes. The outlet gets stolen. I gotta catch the ball, stupid. I wanted to do a midi pull up. I get launched into a saucy ass layup. I have pretty much no layup, like maybe a 60 at most. Why is that in the game? If 2K didn't nerf fades, bro, from 3, that would have been a fade. Like 2 weeks ago, that's a fucking fade. But now, realistic basketball, he pokes the ball out of my hand. So that bucket gives us a little breathing room. Thank God, right? He gets a little hesitation play. I don't think it's cute. I'm only involved in it because my PG wasn't sticking his man. He misses that. That feels like a backbreaker contextually in the moment, but you gotta play through it. You gotta resist the urge to flop and say, "What the hell, man?" So he does a crossover through my body that leads to the 3. He's flopping. 91 is flopping, and what am I doing? I'm getting back. Because he's a contender. He's so good at the game. So this is an important possession. Let's see what happens. You goddamn. Oh, 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 oh. He's gonna learn from his mistakes. Uh. So, remember I told you that was an important possession? It fucking was. So, that sequence needs to be rewound and analyzed because that was a crazy sequence because I could have just forced a shot if that was the play we're gonna do, but I was trying to hold out for the best, look that we had. It turned out we didn't have a fucking look. He should have shot that, but he dunked it, so it's okay. So you see the center, he's really living the dream, setting these screens. I guarantee if you could talk to the guy who's playing my PG, he would say, bro, life would be easier if I set him some screens, but it's not my play style. All right. I thought he was gonna keep. I mean, it's kind of crazy. He stopped. I thought he was gonna keep going to the rim, and I was just setting the screen to keep somebody from being able to snatch block him or whatever. Okay, so we had a couple, couple stops, couple buckets go in, so we got a little breathing room. That guy threw up that shot. I threw the outlet. I really believe in throwing the outlet if I see a seam because these people are running zone and the zone is exaggerated because it's a video game. And when I say it's exaggerated, I mean it's more effective because the passing on this game isn't as intuitive as it could be. So I do my go-to fade, and it's not the go-to button. It's just a dribble pull-up, but it's something that I know how to do pretty much with my eyes closed. So I get the bucket. And guess who's flopping now? It's me. Oh, I wish he would have made that, but he didn't. So, about almost 5 minutes left to go. Why can't we pick up that ball, 2K? Because 2K wanted them to get a bucket. 2K wants the end of the game to have some dramatics, some flair to it. Forced it, bro. Can you believe that in that situation? He tried to meter dunk. So he went up with that. Fourth quarter, only up by 4. Luckily enough, we get a steal. Uh, uh, Ice in the veins. Ice in the veins. Ice in the veins. Yeah. Ice in the veins. I think I could have did that. more dramatic ice in the veins than I was able to manage. So basically, we're only up by 6. Less than 3 minutes to go. They give him the board. Doesn't seem fair. That dude, whoever was guarding that guy, what the hell are they doing? So now it's a 3-point game. 2 minutes and 37 seconds left to go. We got the ball. What is Becton going to do? Pass it. Block and foul. Thank God that's a block and foul, not a charging. He reaches. We're in the bonus. And the game allows me to knock both of them down. So right now, that when you got the lead, going into the 2-minute drill, confidence is high. All you got to do is not fuck up, right? Right? Doesn't that sound logical? They reached again. We're still in the bonus, so we're gonna take 2 shots. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I get it back, so it never happened. Look at that. That's what should have happened the first time. So don't tell me I shouldn't throw the outlet. All right, we get a bucket. Much needed bucket. So let's see what we do. That was a big bucket right there. That's the dagger, as I would say. Take some of the wind out of their sails with the comeback. And that just really extends it. 10-point game with less than a minute to go. And this guy, I don't know what the hell he was doing. Let's him make a 3. Hey. We ran out of time. Got the W. Geolocated for what? You see the flowers coming in. The team is appreciating my play. Back to now.